Okay, so I got a Harbor Freight 16-inch laser level with 360-degree rotating head. And let me just show you it and some of the issues that I'm having with it. And you'll get to see it, what it looks like, what it does, what it's supposed to do, and the ways it wasn't working for me. So here we go. So I bought the Pittsburgh 16-inch laser level with 360-degree rotating head from Harbor Freight. It's kind of insufficient. So I've actually strapped on another laser, and just to show you this laser that it comes with here. Now if you slide this up, it's a dot, and the dot's fairly bright. When you slide this diffractor down, it splits the beam into a horizontal line. And it's a pretty cloudy day. It's not very bright, all things considered. And if you turn on the laser, then you can't even see anything. Even on, in real life, you just can't see anything. Now if I turn on the other guy here, now if you look up at the wall, you can see that secondary laser right there. And I don't even think you can make it out in the video. Oh yeah, there you go. See, I think you can probably see that line. It's just pretty insufficient. And this is a pretty dim work area. Let me turn it over here, this other side of the shop where it's a little bit even darker. You can see that line up above the bench, and you cannot see the other one at all. So that doesn't work very well. Now, if I turn this off, now the way you're supposed to level this is there's these three screw mechanisms here that you rotate to get this upper part level. And then this is supposed to be totally level, so you can rotate it all the way around and maintain a level. Well, the way you're supposed to do it is you turn this so that it is between two of these knobs. And then using the horizontal level, since these are not that accurate, and this one is like especially inaccurate, it would seem, and it doesn't match this guy on here. They're supposed to be rough estimates anyway, I guess, but nice if they were a little more accurate. So then using these two dials, we will home in on the horizontal level here. And we're about there. Looks pretty good. Now we'll turn the end over that third knob right there, so it's directly over the top of it. And we'll use this knob to adjust the horizontal level again till it is in the middle. And there we go. That's pretty good. So now we should be able to turn it back to the original starting position and see that it is level. Oh, it's not. We're supposed to adjust it. Again, maybe something was a little out. That can happen. It'll take more than once. Just dial it in. Okay. And then back to the originally second position, which is a little bit out here still. So we'll just do a little minute adjustment there, not too much that time. And turning it back to the original position where it was. There, it's a little off, but fairly close. Little tweak there. So all would seem to be kind of good. Let's hammer this off. But as you rotate this top around, then this bubble level, so we're really out of level right there. We're between two of those adjusting knobs. I'm going to come back over that adjusting knob, the second one that we did, and notice it's come back a little bit more true. And then we'll keep rotating around. And notice it's going the other way. Now we're a little bit out of level. And as I keep going, back around. Now this should be the original original position that we adjusted a couple times. I'll point out that the laser is actually over here on this side now, and as I was doing it before, I had the laser on that side, at least the secondary adjustments that I was making, which should be the same. And now we're in line with one of the adjusting screws pretty far out there. Keep coming around. Now we're completely opposite that adjusting screw, and keep rotating around to make the point that it keeps changing. We'll come back into the level. So it depends like on which side this is, you know, actually adjusting. It makes me think maybe the bubble isn't level, but using another level over there, I leveled or I set the two together, and it appears to be pretty accurate there. So it just doesn't seem to be working at all. I take the laser over to that side, repeat the process here to adjust between those two knobs. Now we'll take the lever. We'll just take this back here. Okay, so now we're directly over that third knob, the second adjustment. No, other way, a little tweak, and all would seem, you know, relatively good. So now I'm just going to flip this 180 degrees around. Does that look? Yeah. Sometimes the angle might make it look, yeah, it still looks pretty level. So rotating around 180 degrees, it is not level. Not level anymore. So something is wacky. This is set down flush in the bottom there. You know, I wiggled it, or well, I made sure that it wasn't cocked or something was, you know, in there. These little dials are, you know, interesting. I can only figure, I mean, you can see that that's, you know, that base is kind of cockeyed, but that kind of matches this little tripod adjustment. And I can only figure that it's just insufficient. Maybe the stiffness between the two plates, you know, it's just plastic up here. So the plastic can bend. I tried to kind of move these to maybe a more neutral position before setting it. I don't know if I had any more success. Originally when I was doing it, I didn't have this is a little raised rotating handle that raises the up and down, and it locks in here with the knob, and I didn't have that locked, and it can wiggle a little bit, but it's relatively firm for the, you know, level of tripod that this is, and so it's not affecting the level at the moment. So you know, I'm just gonna take it back. This knob here locks down the rotation, and you know, there's not a lot of play in it, which you would expect there not to be in the top. I mean, this is the rotating, but from side to side, not a lot of play. And see if I can do this with one hand without dropping the level. But as you loosen it up here, you know, it's got the machined portion there, which in theory should be machined so that it can be level with whatever that base is. The base of the laser level has that machined surface on it. Should be level. And here, just to make the point, this is the little diffuser diffractor slider. And when you slide it up, then you get a dot, and you can probably see the dot. There it is on the wall. See, so it looks plenty bright. But when you switch, I'll keep in that same spot, switch to a line. You just can't see it, you know, even in the dark. I mean, let's go to a real kind of dim corner here. I mean, if you know where you're looking, I'm not even sure you can make it out in the video or not. I'm not sure what that looks like. But, you know, in person, you can't hardly make it out. So my other thought actually was that potentially the laser itself isn't leveled properly in the level. You know, I'm not sure about that. All the kind of things have to play nicely together. Another thing that I did do actually was once I had this set up, you know, even with the bubble as best I could, then I shone the light on the wall took my big long level and put it up against the laser line along the wall, and it wasn't even close to level. So I actually, to try and use the line somewhat, at least in a narrow angle, I put the line on the wall, checked it out with the level, and then went back and adjusted at the tripod. And went back to the wall, measured it, came back here, tweaked it, so that at least it was level as far as I could tell. I would check a couple spots there, and there, and there, along the way. So the actual difference in height between a point on the left of the wall and the right of the wall, it still potentially could have been out, but at least with the length of level that I had, it was approximate level, about as best as I could check with that equipment. So not really helpful that it doesn't really work. I can't see anything else that would be really causing a problem other than just the manufacturer itself. And oh, by the way, once I did that leveling along the wall and came back, this wasn't even, it didn't show level here. So, you have to turn it to the side to show the level on the horizontal. So, and then it's already, as I've shown you, it's already out a little bit. So that's what it is. Probably gonna take it back. Can't seem to get it to work, doesn't seem to work properly, so that's the gist of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna show putting this in the box, if I can, since I don't have my tripod for my camera. So the laser level itself just fits down in, pretty straightforward. In fact, I don't know that it matters which direction it goes. The top of the head here screws off right at the base there. And this is gonna be fun. There we go, not too bad. And I made sure I had it on nice and tight so that there wasn't any wobbling around. And that just threads on there, like so. See the base? And let me unlock this so I can rotate that down. It rotates out like so, and down, folds down out of the way. And you can see on this guy that this one here, let me see if we can get better light. This one here isn't as tall as that one, so it was really pretty cocked. And I wonder if maybe a little bit better connection on the thread there would make a difference in the end. Wouldn't have to put as much stress on the plastic base up here. I'm not really sure, but so the tripod in there, like so. Top goes in here, and there are the instructions right there. Hopefully that camera was angled properly to see that. So, too bad, it's a Harbor Freight item, which can be beneficial if you need something that's it's limited use and maybe a little more tedious to set up, a little more cumbersome to use, and a little less durable overall. But you think, well, if my application is pretty limited, I don't plan to be using it a whole lot. Sometimes it's not a bad option. Unless it doesn't work, then it's a bad option. And it's frustrating, and you spend too much time on it, and you wish you'd just gone with something else. So, anyway.